Despite regularly being at odds with at least half of the country, Bill Maher is saying some things that maybe not everybody agrees with, but at least some of the time, especially recently, he's been taking shots at the narrative around the previous administration and also around some of the most contentious issues of the day. At odds with a narrative that's being pushed by the mainstream media to kind of have some intellectual honesty. Recently, Bill Maher was honored with an invitation to the Donald Trump White House, and he is going to take advantage of it. Let's take a look at an article from Outkick that, well, moves through this phenomena. Now, to the 40% of you that are watching this video for the first time or still are not subscribed to the channel, please do so at this time. I'm trying to get to 100K, so a quick reminder, subscribe to the channel, it's free, and turn on the notification bell for all notifications. That way you don't miss anything. We do dozens of articles a week here, plus live streams, and well, it's very much worthwhile and it's absolutely free. Now, let's get on with the Outkick story. Comedian and television host Bill Maher has spent his public career as a liberal, aligning with the political left on every single issue. Well, almost every single issue. The past few years, though, Maher has been the rare voice of relative sanity in the Democratic Party. He's called out COVID overreach, admitted that Joe Biden was mentally unfit to hold office, acknowledged that the people playing sports of which they didn't originally fall into the right gender category is not exactly a good idea, and ravaged the former administration for its disastrous mishandling of the southern border. And to be fair, he's had a few other issues that he's taken exception with from the narrative points of the mainstream media, but I think that we all recognize him as, well, not being very well informed during the last 20 years. Even though Maher has seemingly moved towards the right, not really, the left left him behind, or at least not moved further left, okay, I agree with that, he steadfastly refused to fully commit to joining the Republican Party. Yet, in a sign of how things change, he was invited by Kid Rock to meet President Trump at the White House. I didn't realize that Kid Rock is holding the keys to the invitation, but hey, I think I've got an email to send out. The Real-Time host spoke to Cuomo about it in more detail in a new interview, saying he views it as an honor and a chance to, well, bridge divides. And you know what? That would be a very good thing. At least Maher would get some firsthand information that he could likely count on, and when it comes to a whole smorgasbord of subjects that I don't think anybody's been getting right over at the mainstream for a very, very long time. Maher said in the interview, "I'm doing it because, first of all, it was presented as a dare," says Cuomo. He says, "Not a dare, no, just a, maybe this is the beginning to heal America." He responded, "Now, I don't have some sort of complex where I think I can heal America. I can't, okay? Let's get that clear. I'm not going to be healing America." Well, I think we could all agree it's not going to be Bill Maher doing that. It's kind of a Nixon-China thing, which actually I can see, opening the door to a broader conversation and greater understanding. Now, in the case of China, well, I think we need to close that door, but hey, I don't get everything that I want. Maher said that there was nobody who was harder on Trump or more prescient about the fact that he wasn't going to leave office voluntarily. Of course he did. He says, "I have the credentials." Not really. But they also respect me because I'm honest about the woke train to crazy town, and I don't shrink from that. And I've also lost a lot of fans for that. The woke people have left the building, and I'm willing to make that sacrifice, but it does give you a certain credibility. Well, some, not much, considering you're still willing to go along with a lot of narratives that have been shown to be completely inaccurate and falsified. Hopefully you'll get to see more of that, and if you read through the JFK things, the mainstream has been misleading us for a very, very long time. Regardless, Maher is saying that it's an honor to be invited to the White House, which I say, well, good for you. I myself would enjoy an invitation and a chance to reflect on some of the things that I think are more important that seem to be being ignored, but for me it's more about follow through on policy than anything else. Maher says, I'm impressed by a lot. I'm impressed the F out of it. I get to go to the White House. Still, despite being honored to get the invitation, he told Cuomo it's not likely to change much or see him leave in a MAGA hat. I don't know. I think he'd look pretty good in a red hat. But hey, it's his choice. He says if they expect me to be leaving in a MAGA hat, they're going to be very disappointed. But I know they don't. It probably will accomplish very little, but you gotta try, man. You gotta try. And I think that's 100% the most helpful perspective. In fact, I used to see Bill Maher back in his politically incorrect days as somebody who understood that the world around him was being pushed around by a narrative giant, somebody behind the scenes pulling the strings and leading us all in the exact opposite direction of freedom. Of course, people went after him and got him canceled before the word canceled was even a thing, and he went on to do even greater things over at HBO, but unfortunately, still with a little bit of closed-mindedness. And I have to say that I agree with Ian Miller over at Outkick, because what a remarkable sentiment. It's okay to talk to people you disagree with and try to find common ground. Trump is not the devil. Having a meeting with him doesn't make you a Yahtzee or whatever the word is now, or even a fascist, which, well, everybody's been using wrong on purpose to throw you off the scent. It also doesn't mean you have to be his biggest fan, and I can tell you I agree with that wholeheartedly. For years, if not decades, the political left has acted as if any interaction that doesn't conform to their exciting, ever-changing moral standards was grounds for excommunication from the polite, extremist cult society that they were trying to build. Maher is showing that there are at least some who realize about how absurd and destructive that attitude is and how much it reflects exactly how corrupted your mind is with the virus that Elon is trying to chase out of existence. Is it the right move to have Maher in the White House? I don't know. Will it actually move the game forward? Perhaps. Will Maher actually leave in a red MAGA hat? Probably not, but wouldn't that be a sight to see? Let me know your thoughts on this one in the comments section below. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button while you're down there. Share this video out there along with all the others. We're going to have 3 videos today. Hopefully you get a chance to check all of them out and follow me on all the amazing live shows I'm on this week. As always, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, and until next time, see ya for real.